buckets all came off turnovers, so we set a bad tone. You can't play defense recovering from a turnover, and so that was the biggest issue to start the game. We're just trying too hard to create plays and getting out of control. And then they made everything. They were phenomenal in the first half. I think they were 13 for 19 from three. 2 turnovers. They were incredible.
How do you even keep pace when they're hitting their shots like that?
You don't. You lose by 30.
How do you view this road trip overall?
1-5. As Bill Parcells said, you are what your record says you are. So, a bad road trip, and we are 15-18. So we're a below 500 team, and we gotta find a way to reverse that.
After the Indiana game, you were saying we wanted to see Jordan play in the flow of the game. Did that in Toronto, and then tonight. Do you think that he was just with the scoring onus without Steph, without Clay, forcing it?
Yeah, he forced it tonight. He got in a rush, and we. We're going to live with, Jordan's mistakes. He's a young player. He's still learning a ton. He's a great talent and a great kid, and really proud of his development. But the development continues, and part of that development is having the best guy on him. When Steph is out, Ben Simmons will be guarding Jordan, and the defensive game plan will be based on guarding Jordan, and that's a different level of play that you have to reach. So he'll learn from it. This is a great experience for him. Jordan and Clay both. I think the simpler they play, the easier shots they get. It sounds like a little bit of a paradox, but it's been an issue for us here. For the last few games, and you could see it in Toronto. They both kind of were under control and relaxed, and the ball came back to them, and they got really good looks. And then, both guys trying to make up for the absence of Steph and Wiggs and Dante, and the last couple nights really just trying too hard.
What are your thoughts on how James played tonight, and are there any plans to keep him with the big club beyond this road trip?
James did a great job tonight. It was fun to see him, kind of let loose and get some minutes and make the most of it. Did a lot of good things offensively. I thought the second half, our young guys were much better than they were last night in New York. So it was good to see them get out there and execute and make some shots. Patrick Baldwin got hot there, and obviously James was really efficient, and Ty Jerome kind of connected everybody during that second half run. So, that was encouraging, but you lose by 30. That's it's small consolation.
These last 2 nights, Steve, is it simply just the bodies? Do you look at anything out there like, can you even tell if your scheme was wrong when you don't have the guys you don't have right now, or is it just a matter of not?
No, our spirit is fine. Our spirit's good. Our energy's good. The guys are committed. We have great guys, and we're just right now we're at that point that pretty much everybody goes through during an 82-game season. Most teams anyway, where you sort of hit rock bottom, and injuries, whatever it is, schedule, fatigue. You take it on the chin, and so the whole key is how do you respond to that? And I have no doubt our guys will respond, but we got to clean up the execution. Turnovers are a killer, and that's probably the biggest area where we can improve.
Patrick Shaw obviously stood out tonight, like you said, got hot a little bit there in the second half. Does he remind you of anybody that you've had in the past?
Not really. He's got a beautiful shooting stroke, and he moves the ball, and he's got a good feel for the game. So, there's a reason we drafted him. We really like him, and he's a young guy who's growing, and tonight was a good night for him.
You have 3 days before you kind of have to absorb what's ahead this 8-game homestand. But how pivotal do you view that 8-game homestand as, like, the point that you guys really kind of do need to turn this around?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously we've got to turn things around, and the good news is the standings are pretty bunched up in the West. We're despite our record, we are not in dire straits. So we need to get solid. We need to get some guys healthy. We need to start playing better, obviously, and build some momentum. And these next games will be at home will be important, but the whatever 40+ games after that are important. So it's a good time to get a little bit of rest the next couple of days.